Online with us.
Boozin',
Boozin', Boozin' with Gays.
You know you have to play it again. You heard the man. Already I'm drunk.
You heard it, man.
You heard it, man.
You play it again.
boozin'.
We can't be drunken with gays at the top of the show. It's Friday night. We already have two people, Mikey.
It's Friday. Friday. My lips look dry.
You know, I'm going to do something at the very beginning of this. Ready?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to put up a banner. This is if anyone wants to come on board.
Come on, say
chat with
hi.
us. Just chat
Be
with
interesting.
us. Be
interesting.
have a topic.
That's something you want to talk about.
There's every now and then you get the person just saying hi.
And we like that too.
And that's lovely. But I like topics. I want someone to, challenge.
Hey, John
ask
Marie.
us
Hey,
questions.
Brenda Manley.
Be challenging.
Queen
Brenda, Queen Bee.
Hey, ready?
Oh, we got a thing.
Cheers. Hi.
Hi. Boozin' with Gays.
Mwah. So, vodka. Because we didn't know we were going to do a show tonight.
Oh, this is sort of interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I find.
Yeah, we didn't know we were going to
I'm
do a
going to
show.
take a sip of my lovely vodka drink. What do we have? You got like filthy olives in here. Filthy olives. Dirty pillows.
My dirty pillows. Oh.
So we had our friend Andrew over last night, and we were talking about
Hey, Sean.
the State of the
Love
Union.
your show.
You're gonna
I know. No, I'm not.
No, are you going to talk
No,
on
I'm
top
not.
of me? If you want to
I'm
talk
not.
on top of me,
I'm
I
not
will
going
be quiet.
to.
I will take the back seat, let you talk. Go.
No, go ahead.
So our friend Andrew was over last night, and we were talking about the State of the Union, and he was listening to Michael and I kind of go back and forth, and he said, "Are you doing Boozin' with Gays tomorrow?" And we went, "No, we didn't really have a plan to." And he said, "Well," and he kind of sounded like he was a bit put off with that. Then we were talking about something else. Once again, you and I are going.
But he's
at it.
always put off
And
about something.
Andrew's like, "You're not doing Boozin' with you guys are revved." So we woke up this morning, drove the kid to the school, and then I said, "Michael,
Let's do a boozing.
are we throwing it up in one day? Because normally we kind of take a couple more days." I have a thing in my hair. There we go. Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
It's like remember when Mary Tyler Moore, like a Mary
Had a
Richards,
bump it?
she had the bump. No, but she had a bump at the back of her head during the episode, and she kept trying to get rid of it. Anyway, I feel like I'm Mary.
Wait, she was Mary Tyler Moore.
No, she was Mary Richards.
She's Mary Richards. So, that was with the walnuts. She could see out the back of her head.
No,
Am I
he's
wrong?
making things up. That's
Help
a
me.
made-up thing.
Talk about
There's
it.
no way. Anyway, so Michael and I started talking. We went, "Oh, we do have a lot." So this is sort of, not entirely,
We
sort
just do
of
something together.
a
Didn't have a real drink.
State
so we
of the
just drinking
Union
vodka.
rebuttal, if you will. But we do have other things to talk about previous to.
Yeah. And Sean, if you want to come on through StreamYard and pitch your show, you're
that'd be
certainly
nice.
able. And
Yes.
your new book.
No,
You
who's
have a new book.
Sean who?
Sean
Who am I?
Taylor.
Sean Taylor.
From Alton, Illinois.
Hi,
Yes.
Sean Taylor. I do. There's a bump it right.
So you bump it with a trumpet.
Anyway, so Sean Taylor, please, if you would like to come on, promote something, talk about whether the State of the Union, other current affairs,
Come on over here.
the
Play with us.
Oscars, which are Sunday night.
Sunday at 4. They're not tonight. They're at 4 o'clock
Well,
LA time.
Well, LA time there. But
They're
here,
4.
they're going to be at 4 and at 8. We get them 2 times.
Yeah, we get it twice.
We get it twice because we're LA.
It's like Sex in the 80s.
I have no
You get it
idea.
twice.
And does anywhere else in the country get the Oscars twice, like bam, one after the other? I don't know that anywhere else does.
I don't remember. If we
I
did
know
that, if that happened
growing
in
up,
New
we
York.
didn't have that in San Francisco. We didn't have it twice.
Well, San Francisco, I watched the Oscars once in San Francisco with his family, and I'm serious about my award show, y'all. I love me some award shows. His family talked through the whole damn thing, Janet Miller. Talked through the whole
thing.
damn thing.
He
I
is
was
not
so
lying.
mad.
He is not lying.
I was
And I kept
so
having to
mad.
kind of go, can you just let Michael have this? Can you
I was
just
so mad.
let him have? Yeah, but I'm looking for that bounty. You're like, okay, but look for
It's the
quietly.
quicker picker-upper.
Okay,
Anyway.
bounty. We expect $30 from
I
that
know.
little tag.
Boom.
Boom.
Come on.
Go.
So I want to say one quick thing. So we talked about last week that my show Blood at the Root was nominated for Best Director.
I want you
and
to say Blood at the Root.
Blood at the Root
One must hear all the words. Mustn't
was
what?
nominated
Was
for
nominated.
Best
Yes.
Production and Best Director for the LADCCs.
This
Well,
being the director. This being the director. Isn't it?
And this week, we were nominated for the Stage Raw Awards for Best Ensemble. We won. Sorry, we won. We won for Best Ensemble.
Who won for Best Director? How dare they not even? Oh, we shouldn't say. We shan't say. We'll let that one go.
There it go.
You can
What's
see
up,
in his
Taryn? How you
eyes.
doing, girl?
We already got a bunch of comments. You want to comment on comments?
Ciao.
Comment on the comments.
So, but it's been great. So that's been great. I love that show. It was a beautiful thing. If any of you are in LA, we have another show opening at my new home theater, Open Fist, and it's called A Froggy Becomes by our friend Becky Wallstrom, directed by our really good friend Pat Town.
How long is Becky in town? I'd like to see.
Hey, Reese, step a little.
It just occurs to me that she probably isn't going to stay. Anyway,
Oh.
That's something else for later. I don't
Yeah.
need to talk to you about
No,
that.
you don't.
But hello to all the
That's
people
why I say
involved
that.
to
Hey.
Froggy Becomes. I mean, that's awesome. We know a
Freaking
lot
out.
of people.
Anytime theater can go up, we're happy.
I'm just going to jump. Oh, do you want to do fair use? I guess
Is
we
this
should.
our fair use?
Which I don't think does a thing. I mean, we're almost
We don't
sure.
know, child, because
We're
they'll
almost
ding us
sure
for
this
anything.
doesn't mean a thing.
Excerpts of copyrighted material
Yeah.
may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research without the need for permission from or payment to the copyright holder. Let's move on.
All right, I'm going to put the banner back up because
Put the banner.
I want the, So I'm going to show you an image, Michael Shepard.
Okay, I've not seen
I
this.
don't. Does this mean anything to you?
Of course, it's the last scene in The Sopranos.
It's the last scene at The Sopranos. Now, this was actually done at Holston's, which is in New Jersey. I can't remember the city in New Jersey. And they even the menu, which you can't really read clearly, that Edie Falco's holding it's really representing them fairly well. And Tony Soprano, even in the series, goes, well, these are the best onion rings in New Jersey. And so ever since, and Holston's has been getting a tremendous influx of people, to the point that when James Gandolfini died, they closed that booth off for like 2 weeks, saying, okay,
Oh, wow.
in honor
Did
of.
not know
So
that.
they kind of have taken, once they were chosen to be in the last, ending last scene. So here's the booth now, and they need to repair it. They need to get rid of it. They want to upgrade. They've got such an influx of people. They're like, we got to upgrade the restaurant. So they put the booth on auction. This is where you get to guess. How much do you think a booth in a restaurant that was part of the last scene of The Sopranos would go for?
Did David Chase buy it, who was the creator of The Sopranos?
I don't know who bought it. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
It went on auction. There were like,
I'm going to say
50
it
bids.
is in the restaurant still. Like, they're not taking it home with them.
Yeah, they're taking the
Oh,
booth home with them. They're taking the booth.
I would say 1.5 mil.
You went way high.
I went way
You
high.
went way
I
high.
don't know.
But $83,000.
$83,000
for that booth. And
But now they can repair everything.
they can totally redo the
Got it. Hey,
because
Dion. Hey,
they've been getting
Artura.
such an influx. So as I was doing this article, I'm reading through. I find this fascinating. Do you ever find this weird where you're talking to someone and then all of a sudden you start getting ads on your computer for the very thing you're talking about, or you're looking at? So I'm reading about. Now I want you to look into the booth, right?
All right.
This is the ad on the page.
Wow.
Couldn't believe it. I'm like, well, that's a bit on point.
So someone has $83 million.
Thousand, not million.
I was thinking about Donald Trump. Sorry.
That's Donald Trump's troubles. That's his court case troubles. Yeah.
So someone just has $83,000 to buy a booth to put somewhere.
And maybe in an honorary placing. This was the last scene where the Supreme. I don't know. Maybe
I need their number because they need to be donating to, I don't know, the arts.
They might.
We
don't know.
We don't know, but they need to be donating more. I didn't know who they are.
But they have
Someone
some.
Give me their name
What is it?
now.
Expendable cash? Is that what it is? Expendable funds? They have money. They have some
Nobody
extra
got
money.
time for what?
It's funny how you thought it was 1.5 billion, and you went, "Oh, whatever." You shrugged it off,
billion.
and then million, and then you're like 83,000. That's a lot. I mean, it is.
It is a lot though to spend on something that you just look at.
But I mean, here you go.
Well, you know what?
There
Guess
it
what?
is. There it
Guess
is.
what, though? We have artwork. We don't have $83,000.
We don't have
a piece of artwork.
No, we do not.
But we got some good artwork here that we look at. So I guess if that's what they want, hey, you like it, we love it.
Once again, for those of you just joining us, I love saying that phrase. The number at the bottom is if you would like to join us to give us a shout out, talk about a topic. It could be about anything. So that's going to be up there for a little while longer. So something happened in the science world this week, Michael Shepard.
Okay, so just so y'all know, here's the thing: we work on things separately, then we throw it in, and we're not allowed to ask or watch.
Well,
or do
anything. Kind of. I mentioned this.
You mentioned
to the side.
So talk about it.
So there is a biotech company called Colossus Biosciences.
That should scare you already. All right.
Colossus Biosciences. And they're based in Dallas, and they announced on Wednesday that it had produced a line of Asian elephant stem cells that will be coaxed to transform into other types of cells needed to reconstruct a woolly mammoth. They are on the way to creating a woolly mammoth. Now, they've already done stem cells where they have done a goat. They have done a dog. They've even done a rhinoceros, which sort of surprised me. I didn't know they were able to reproduce.
A hippopotamus.
Okay. What do you think? I mean, this is a huge accomplishment, whether you think it's good, bad, or
okay.
It's a huge accomplishment. Do you think it's a bad idea?
Look.
Anyone? Woolly mammoths, anyone?
Look,
Dare
I'm
we?
be honest with y'all, okay? Here's the thing. Hey, Patty, here's the thing. Did we not see Jurassic Park? Did we not? I don't know. Did we not see it? I'm talking about the first two. The other ones are trash. But did we not see what had happened on the Jurassic Parks?
Well, they're having a problem because they don't know which of the genes in the elephants make them.
Well, what they gonna
keep them warm? No. So they have to figure out which was. Oh, get this. So elephants have a natural ability to fight cancer, but that very natural ability to fight cancer pushes out any of the stem cells the woolly mammoth stem cells they've been able to save and try and input in
I'm
that.
just gonna sit here
and so they had to,
Negro.
They had to get rid of the DNA or whatever that helps them stop. So anyway, it's just fast. So wait, here's something that is part of climate change that you might change your tune. Ready? The woolly mammoths would stamp down the permafrost, which would prevent much of the Arctic from thawing, or us maybe Antarctic from thawing as well. And so they actually helped when they were of this earth. They helped climate change. So if you could build a woolly mammoth, keep it in the Arctic or Antarctic, and stamp down things, would you be for it then? This is how it ends. I find the whole exercise fascinating.
Because look, I saw a thing today and I didn't get a chance to put it in the thing here. There was an AI in Europe. They built an AI man, a guard. He's a guard. You can look it up online, the AI guard, who then what he does, hey, Tom Kelly, what he does is you see this not AI, I guess, robotic, whatever he is, a sentient. What is it?
It's too fun to help him. Yes.
Hate you. And he reaches sentient. Hey, he reaches and he grabs a woman's butt.
Oh, the AI.
The AI grabs a woman's butt.
Purposefully.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the AI machine, maybe he thinking like the mastodon and maybe gonna stamp on. Oh, child, please, no. Let's talk about something else that's simple.
Well, there's a man in Germany who gave himself 217 coronavirus shots in the last 2.5 years.
And guess what?
He's fine.
Still alive.
He's fine. They were really thinking, they were like, that can't be good. I mean, a lot of us that are pro-vaccine, you can imagine, but they're like, that can't be good. And they went in, he now became a test subject, and they're studying him very closely, and he's fine. They don't recommend it, by the way. Just to say it on this show, we don't recommend 217 coronavirus vaccines. No,
we don't.
No. But so for all of those people on the other side of the aisle who are saying, oh, we don't know what it's going to do. Evidently nothing.
Nothing.
Except stop you from getting coronavirus and dying. So
can I show my shirt?
Yeah. Well, do you need me to get rid of I don't think people are joining us. I can get rid of the banner.
We'll bring that.
If anyone wants to join us, reach out in the
This is truer words have never been spoken today, y'all. Truer words.
What's wrong with you?
Back and body hurts, honey. I tell you that. Hey, Jason Chan, the most handsome man in the world, next to my husband, but so handsome.
Oh, that's nice.
And such a great cook. Because you cooking, baby.
When has my husband tasted your food?
In this kitchen.
Oh, in this. What are we talking about?
Jason Chan came over. Anyway, this is.
He does this to me and throws me curveballs that I'm not.
Anyway,
we're moving on to.
We're gonna move on because we gotta talk politics. I hope y'all stay.
Well, we're gonna go out of country politics first.
All right, go.
So on Monday, France became the first country in the world to explicitly enshrine I like that phrase,
Explicitly enshrined.
Abortion rights into its constitution. And I have to point out that this was not a close call. The vote was 780 in favor and 72 against. So it's not like our country where we're like, right, half and half, or 50-50 or 48, whatever.
And then we have to have the vice president break the tie.
This is literally, they're like, no, we want this as a right for women in our country. And I applaud France,
Here during Women's History Month and I don't want to get this wrong. I'm afraid to say it now. It's not Women's Independence Day. What is it? It's celebrating Women's Day. Today.
It's a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
and I got it wrong. Someone help me out. Put it in the chat.
Now, I want to say one thing about the France law, that it only goes to the 14th week in pregnancy, which isn't that long.
They're doing 5 and 6 weeks here.
We're doing, I know. But there are other systems. So then so how that and a lot of what they're saying in terms of the commentary is that this law going through is absolutely in response to what's going on in our country. Like they're looking at what's happening over there, like, oh no, we got to protect ourselves.
International Women's Day.
International Women's Day. So that basically what we do here does affect the rest of the world, and they do look at us, and we're failing.
Miss Ernestine, girl, how you doing? We are failing.
But I do want to put this just to end this kind of, and then we're going on to Super Tuesday after this. But so I'm going to read this out loud. Since the end of Roe, 6 states have approved abortion-related constitutional amendments, and 13 states are trying to get them. And what I find interesting...
California, Kansas, Ohio, Vermont, what am I missing?
Michigan and
Kentucky.
And the fact, what I like about that grouping of states, some of them are blue, some are red, and some are very much in the middle. It doesn't really matter the political spectrum. Our states, these 6 states are going, no, we need it in our... So you have a place like Kentucky, which is very red, and a place like California, very blue, and we want women to have the right to choose and not it to be governmental business. And so I appreciate...
How simple is that?
And it doesn't have to be...
A woman can have autonomy over her body.
And it doesn't have to be politically motivated. It just can be, we're human and this is what we want. So anyway, I'm getting off my soapbox on that. Comments, anyone? Do you want to say? Oh, there, you got that.
I know. International Women's Day. Yes.
All right.
And we celebrate women in this house.
Super Tuesday, Michael Shepard. This, I'm handing the ball.
Lots of things happened. Haley Mills dropped out.
What did she say?
It's scathingly brilliant.
Scathingly brilliant.
So we're making a joke about Haley Mills.
We're going back to the old Haley Mills.
Haley Mills,
Disney Haley Mills.
Anybody? Parent Trap. She goes, I have an idea. Let's get our parents back together. And she goes, scathingly brilliant. We are so old.
I know, but who says scathingly brilliant better than Haley Mills?
I think we should bring back scathingly brilliant.
I wish I had a button and I could just push her saying it right now.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Bae.
Beth, I know she's Bethany, probably not here.
Who's celebrating her birthday?
Yes, our good buddy Bethany.
We want to say Bethany, who's always in the comments, and our little line producer. Happy birthday, Bae. So, Nikki Haley. Boom, gone.
And then
now.
The thing that
I was enjoying her.
And the thing that happened is everyone that was bad mouthing Donald Trump, from Nikki Haley, Mitch McConnell, everyone on down was like, well,
Mitch McConnell's like,
I guess I'll support Trump. So they're all, of course.
He didn't freeze or nothing. He just said the words.
He didn't freeze.
He didn't freeze.
That's kind of miraculous.
He didn't freeze.
Freeze dried.
He did not
Mitch
freeze.
McConnell.
But one good thing happened on Super Tuesday here in California. We have a state assembly person, and it's our friend Mia Levis Porter, and we're so excited for her.
And we say congratulations
to Mia.
That's awesome.
If you come on here, it's my girl Mia. But, child, get it ready to go.
I'm good.
Because I need to talk about this mug right here. Are we gonna do the song that goes with this? Hey, Mark Richard, I adore you.
Oh, you want the song?
I do.
Oh, okay, that's down here.
He's got to find the song because I can't talk about
it. I didn't know we were doing this. This is not okay. Here we go. And the song.
Okay, North Carolina, Brenda Manley. I know you and Cassandra watching, so
tell your friends.
who not to vote for. This is Mark Robinson. Mark Robinson won the Republican nomination for governor. If he were to win, he would be the first Black governor of North Carolina. Now,
which sounds good.
I
Sounds
say
good.
Black like this.
Shall we give an example?
For example, where did the balloons come from? Who gave us balloons? What just happened?
I didn't know what happened. Did someone gift us something?
We got what was that?
Someone has to tell us what just happened.
What did you just do?
That was exciting. We got balloons.
Oh my gosh, that was brilliant. All right.
I don't know how to get back into this. Anyway, so Mark Robinson.
Mark Robinson,
And
the Republican nominee for governor
for the state of North Carolina. And here's here are a couple of his good old hits.
Ain't but two genders, ain't nothing but men and women.
There's no reason anybody anywhere in America should be telling any child about transgenderism, homosexuality, any of that filth.
We could pass a bill saying you can't have an abortion in North Carolina for any reason.
He says the civil rights movement in the 1960s was, quote, crap, and that Martin Luther King was a communist.
Robinson posted the movie Black Panther was, quote, created by an agnostic Jew to pull the shekels out of your Schwarzenegger pockets.
He also says there is a secret ruling cabal that is part reptile.
And said that Beyonce is satanic.
I just need y'all to let that sink in. This is what that Black man is saying. And James, I'm doing air quotes because James goes, air quotes made the balloons come. What is happening?
Is this a new thing? You do air quotes? Did we get balloons? Do I get balloons? I can't make the balloons. I don't know that.
We're flummoxed.
I'm gonna try it now.
But
air quotes.
It don't work for white people.
You do it. It works for you. I've never seen this before. Okay.
What kind of witchery and hoodoo is happening?
This has gotten us off track. Well, okay.
So
do we need to say any more about it? Don't vote for him. Get your friends not to vote for him.
Please.
Go North Carolina. Talk to your North Carolina family, please.
Please talk to people. Because look, y'all, I'm scared. I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm scared. Because even though Joseph Robinette Biden kicked ass last night, baby, kicked ass last night, I'm scared. Because if this man gets into office, the drumpf, it's over. It's over.
Well, let's go straight to, I think that I got the next bit. I know what we're doing.
There's an air quote quota. We got our two.
Oh.
I guess it is. We're going to get two.
I find the whole thing just peculiar.
Right.
We want to go to, Michael.
Yes.
The person, this. So there's a site. It's called DonaldJTrump.com. You don't have to go to it. I actually will show you the site.
We went to it
without you needing to go. So here's an image of the site. I mean, so rebuild the greatest economy. I'm going to scroll down. And so you get this is what we highlighted. President Trump will cut federal funding from any school or program pushing critical race theory or gender ideology on our children. His administration will open civil rights investigations into any school district that has engaged in race-based discrimination. It goes on and on and on like that. You can go on here and look at stuff. And up here, if you can see my arrow, it says Agenda 47. And we have a clip as I go over here. This is how do you say the name? Spahar? Right?
Yes.
This is Under the Desk News, V. Spahar. They're on quite often. On
one of my favorite people
TikTok,
on TikTok.
And this is what they say on that Article 47 on this website. This is what is part of that article.
First, he promises that he will carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in history. He will also ask for the death sentence for anyone convicted of human trafficking. He will close the Department of Education and return all education standards to the states to decide. He will put prayer back into school, and he will criminalize any race-based advantage programs. He will end the Affordable Care Act. He will ban gender-affirming care for adults and children, and he will ban any federal dollars from going towards gender-affirming care, which means anyone with government-provided health care will no longer be able to access gender-affirming care except for Viagra and Cialis. Those will still be available. He will deploy the Department of Justice to investigate the Biden crime family and any of his adversaries or political rivals. He will immediately pardon all of the January 6thers, and he will create a task force to investigate anyone who arrested, charged, or imprisoned a January 6er. So that's Agenda 47.
That was half the list.
Half.
We cut it down because it was so much. And you listen to it, and I have to be honest, my heart starts to sink. This is where I think you're talking about your fear comes from. You're looking at someone absolutely chopping and hacking at democracy. And it does scare the shit out of me.
It is. It's frightening. It is so very frightening because, look, back in the day, when people would say, I'm a fiscal conservative, I had nothing to do with conservatism, with any of that growing up. There was nothing like that. But then we met and we wanted to start a family and buy a house, and we had to start looking at money differently. And then I understood back then, 26 plus years ago, that maybe some of the ideology of being a fiscal conservative works for us in terms of what we see our future being.
Well, we were talking to Sebastian about this, our son. We were saying, he gets so much for work and he goes and spends it on crap at the grocery store. And we're like trying to talk him through, look, you're only making this much money, but you're spending this much money. So let's talk through what you can do to be conservative with, and it's been a really interesting. He gets very depressed when he talks about it. I'm like, but here's the deal, dude. You're 21 now.
Jason Kennedy.
This is what adults deal with. We have to look towards our future. We can't just, get what we want right now. And we have to go, okay, I'm not going to get the specialized coffee. I'll just make coffee at home, or whatever the thing is, you cut back. I think many of us anyway, but I think I appreciate what you said.
Yeah, it's but right now we're in such a different place. It is an absolutely different place that we're in right now. It's just, it blows my mind where we are right now. And it's frightening because this is a party that wants to take everyone's rights away. And yet saying that, oh no, we're giving you rights. But as an interracial couple, that's just going to go away if he goes into office. It might go away anyway.
I was watching something just recently
as a queer couple.
How contraception is on the chopping block as well. I mean, it's weird what's on you go contraception. Why would we want to stop that? It's just there's fascinating fascinating is the wrong word.
Because they want control over our bodies.
Yeah.
So
the next bit of this is all the trial stuff. Shall we jump in?
Yes. Did we miss something? Oh no.
No, we jumped ahead and now we're going back.
Now we're going back. Okay, good. All right. So today, Donald J. Trump put up how much? 93.6.
No, it was $91 million.
$91 million. I'm having a hard time with numbers today, aren't I?
But then it ended up being like 91,630,000. Yeah. But it was a bond. He put up a bond for the E. Jean Carroll case, and it was needed to prevent Carroll's attorneys from trying to seize Trump's assets as he appeals the $83 million.
And my question is, where does money come from?
Where'd it come from?
Where'd it come from? Well, what they're talking about on the line, it comes from a company called Chubb. Something he ain't had in a long time.
CHUBB.
CHUBB. And so we looked and we did a little research into Chubb, and the thing that's kind of crazy.
But it's a Swedish.
It's a Swedish company.
It's a Swedish company, but as Taryn kind of put it out, it beat us to the punch. But a lot of the investors of this company are Russian, I would imagine, oligarchs.
They have a major office in Russia. So I want to know where this money came from, and because we have a right to know. Because it's like, if he gets into office, and there's a really strong chance that he will, talk to y'all cousins. It's like, so how much he gonna owe people? And it's
how much he gonna owe people? That's not what you meant to say. You lost it. You became Uncle Joe in that sentence.
Don't talk bad about Uncle Joe.
No, but Uncle Joe is old. I mean, I don't mind saying he's old. He's
There's
old.
Uncle Joe,
but he has a spark, and then he kind of
at the junction.
and our Uncle Joe sometimes moves slow, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he shouldn't be president. I mean, I'm all for this anyway.
But no, I'm just curious. This money.
You're saying,
and now he has to pay.
But this is what I'm hearing. You're saying if the money is coming from some sort of Russian oligarch or Russian situation,
yes,
shouldn't we as the American public know about it, but should that be allowed? That's my question.
Yeah, where the money
should
coming
it be
from?
allowed that it's coming from Russian, which then is influence?
Where the money coming from?
I think that's very legit. I think we should be able to ask that question.
I don't know. It's so bad.
Well, you turned the thing, but we got one more thing on this thing.
What is it?
So we have an appeals court. This is what we got to do. The Florida. This made me happy.
This is good news.
An appeals court in Florida blocked the Stop Woke Act. Of course, that's what banned training in the workplace for race development, race relations, whatever, all that stuff. But there was a 3-judge panel. They said it was a First Amendment sin, and it exceeds the bound of the Constitution's First Amendment right for freedom of speech and expression in its attempt to regulate workplace training on race, color, sex, and national origin. And you have people like Ben & Jerry's, these companies that don't just hire people, but hire people and then do training. Mm-hmm. They do race-based training, and they do whatever training, appropriateness in the workplace.
Because it needs to happen.
It needs to happen. And of course, this bill in Florida, at the very least, was stopping that type of stuff. And so these 3 judges came along and said, yeah, you can't do this.
Don't do it.
So our DeSantis gets this.
He's such a prick. He's such a little prick.
Well, even the look on his face in that picture, it's just like he's always smelling a fart.
Oh, speaking of smelling farts, let's talk about last night.
I'm throwing my paper.
So
I don't think we're on that yet, are we?
Oh
no, we have. Do you want to do this first?
Ciao, Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG. This heifer. Just watch this.
This is like the day before, right?
The day before the State of the Union.
State of the Union.
So too.
She's at Mar-a-Lago, and there is a reporter kind of digging at her from some of the crap she said in the past. But this is how she chooses to deal with it.
You're a conspiracy theorist, and the left and the media spreads more conspiracy theories. We like the truth. We like supporting our Constitution, our freedoms, and America first. So,
what about Jewish space lasers? Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
No, why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers? And really, why don't you fuck off? How about that?
Thanks. Thank you very much.
We love her.
Why don't you go fuck off?
She was the one that brought up the Jewish space lasers to begin with. I'm sorry.
Boom. I don't understand.
You're going to talk about it. People get to bring it up.
Yep. Boom. So there you go. All right. We're going to move through because we didn't think we were going to have anything to talk about, but we have so much to talk about. Let's go to Super Tuesday.
We're starting with this.
All right. Do you know that moment? Hey, Andrew Jones, how are you, love? I'm waiting. I think we're going to do the tickets and we're going to do the dinner.
I don't know what you're
I'm waiting to hear
about.
back from him. All right. Andrew Jones.
Hi, Andrew Jones.
So, you know how, like, when you, like, at work and there's a big event and you being honored and then your boo show up and your boo's more excited than you are and it's real talk because all of a sudden your boo show up and your boo's like, and all of a sudden you're like,
I don't do that. I don't.
Watch this. This is real shit.
I think this is what my husband wants me to do.
This is real shit right here.
And we see there the second gentleman, Doug Emhoff. Hey, he was just here on the Midas Touch Network with all of us. And how incredible is that, huh? He came straight from here, an interview with you all with the Midas Mighty, now standing in there in the U.S. Capitol.
This is what I saw. I saw him going, hey, and her going, it's just a bit too much. And he'll, I'll bring it back.
Can we see it one more time? I want you to watch her hand. Watch her hands.
And we see there the second gentleman, Doug Emhoff. Hey, he was just here on the Midas Touch Network with all of us. And how incredible is that, huh? He came straight from here, an interview with you all with the Midas Mighty.
Don't start with that shit. I'm at my job. Because no matter what her position is, she's still at her job. Don't get me in trouble with my boss. Settle the fuck down. Mr. Imhoff,
I gotta
settle
say,
down.
I can't see me doing that. I can't see me doing that. Can you?
I was just like, she said, Mr. Imhoff, you better sit the fuck down. That's my job.
Biden enters the space
Hey, Gloria.
and bumps into someone he was not anticipating. Here we go.
That's that face when you like, you walk into your birthday party with your new man who don't know that your old man is there. And your old man is wearing like the shit you gave him. And you're like, oh shit. Hey. I want to see that one more time, please. Hit that again. Watch.
We have no sound on this, by the way, so your computers are not going bad. I don't even see her. It's that reaction. I'm like, oh, what's up?
I tell you.
So did you know?
What? What did I know?
That they are not supposed to wear hats in the chamber?
They're not supposed to wear anything. They're not supposed to wear hats. And they are not supposed to wear any type of political gear. So she wore a 45 hat, a hat that had 45 on it. And so she should actually be censured. And they won't. And I was hoping that like next time something big happens, that she would like
keep crying.
Oh, that she would like all the black people would wear church hats on the Democratic side. That would make me so happy. And say, well, y'all just sitting in that heifer.
So this is a response to that very outfit. When you're a waitress at KKK Fridays. Mm.
She's a horrible human being, y'all. She's just horrible. All right.
Well, there's that page. That was fun.
Boom, done. We had a lot to talk about. I'm not nearly as drunk as I thought I'd be by now.
Is that what we're going to talk about?
We're just going to run through this.
Well, I know. I don't want to. We have part of this has to be our dealing with it.
All right. Yes.
By the way, once again, if anyone wants to reach out and talk, let us know. We'll bring you on. You can talk about any of this stuff because this is kind of. This is kind of what is it? State of the Union special report.
State of the very gay union.
So this is the first. He started out, our Biden, started out strong, very caffeinated, raring to go. And his first topic really was on border security. So I'm just going to jump right in. This is the clip we have.
In November, my team began serious negotiation with a bipartisan group of senators. The result was a bipartisan bill with the toughest set of border security reforms we've ever seen. Oh, you don't like that bill, huh? I'll be darned. That's amazing. That bipartisan bill would hire 1,500 more security agents and officers, 100 more immigration judges to help tackle the backload of 2 million cases, 4,300 more asylum officers, and new policies so they can resolve cases in 6 months instead of 6 years now.
So that last gentleman was James Lankford. He's a senator from Oklahoma, Republican senator from Oklahoma, who was the lead. What are we
I
doing?
am,
What are we
because
doing?
I got some shit I want to say.
But he was the lead Republican of creating the bipartisan bill.
Robin. He's the lead in creating the bipartisan bill
of border security. And then this bipartisan, I'm not sure about him. Did he vote against it then as well when it came to the House?
I think he did. So I have to say this. First of all, how many people think he's kind of hot in that Cillian Murphy sort of way?
What, him?
Yeah.
I think he looks so Nazi, it's ridiculous.
God, but there's something like you want to see him tied up being spanked.
Well, he's Nazi. I wanted to see him tied up being spanked. I agree with that. I don't disagree with that.
That's why they're Nazis. But there's something I saw him was like,
but it's when he says that's true, like he mouths I went all the way to the end of his mouthing that's true, because it's what gets me so frustrated about the Republicans is that something happens behind closed doors, it's announced, and then Republicans are like, no, it didn't. Like so truth and reality is so blurry. And so to actually see a Republican after Biden does that litany of everything that this border control bill was going to do, and the guy goes, yeah, that's true. That was helpful to me. I have to say, I feel like it's a little bit of sanity coming my way. So I thank you, Senator James.
Hot.
And pick a pick.
Hottie.
Langford.
James Hottie Langford. I don't know. Maybe it's this. I don't. Why do I think he's hot? I don't know.
He's a Nazi.
I don't know.
Okay. This is. Are we gonna? Or do you want to just? I'm sorry. No, you're extolling.
Which one is this one?
January 6th. It's bringing up January 6th. Shall we
play it?
Yeah, please.
These are the highlights. If y'all didn't watch it, these are some highlights.
The threat to democracy must be defended. My predecessor and some of you here seek to bury the truth about January 6th. I will not do that. This is the moment to speak the truth and to bury the lies. Here's the simple truth. You can't love your country only when you win.
So that was my favorite thing of the Michael's getting ice, in case you're wondering why he disappeared. But that was my favorite quote that he had. You can't, that you have to be president for all. You can only be president when you. I mean, it's sort of an obvious one, but I really liked it. And I think one of the things that Biden did that was exceptional was he had the lines that kind of grounded. So even if he got a little slurry in his language and you didn't hear all the words, you weren't able to make out.
There were so many people like talking about the fact that he stumbled over words. I'm like, the man has a stutter. It's like, hey, Max.
Well, but even that's okay. I mean, that's not his strength. Speaking in public has never been his strength, even when he was. I mean, he's just. I'm not going to even. We can bring up the fact that he has a stutter, but for me, it's not about that. It's like we have to look at the overall message, his overall performance,
exactly.
And the fact and what I liked about his. Are you touching yourself in a sexual way?
I touch myself. I want you to love me.
Hold, please. Go. I like the fact when he's able to land the points, and he knew that when he was like, I got this one in the bag, this one's mine. And the fact that he's talking about truth, I need to hear about truth. I need to hear that, yes, this is really this is our kid walking back and forth who does not want to be a part of the show.
Who wants to live bone chips? There you go. That's what the parents were. Next one.
This is interesting. This goes a little bit towards the Supreme Court. I was listening on the radio previous to it. Jen Psaki was on MSNBC, and this is when I'm driving the car to pick up Maxwell, who just walked by from school. And Jen Psaki was, some of these conversations I think are a bit stupid. And they're like, what do you think that is going to happen at the State of the Union? And so basically she's guessing. Right.
Yes.
Now, granted, she was there at one point. She kind of was in the know.
She got the scoop.
But what she said is, she said he's going to be very presidential. He's not going to bring up this or not going to bring up that, and he probably will not bring up the Supreme Court because he's that type of person. Guess what?
But Dark Brandon showed up.
But then he brought up the Supreme Court. Here we go.
And it was so worth it.
Many of you in this chamber and my predecessor are promising to pass a national ban on reproductive freedom. My God, what freedom else would you take away? And with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral or political power. You're about to realize just how much you're right about. Those bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade have no clue about the power of women. But they found out when reproductive freedom was on the ballot. We won in 2022 and 2020, and we'll win again in 2024.
And
he rose to the occasion, that man.
Baby, whatever your political leanings are, and I don't care, really. Well, I do.
You do.
I don't want certain people in my house. But he came through last night. He came through.
Can I tell you something?
He had a call and response. He had a call and response moment, which was the blackest thing I've ever seen.
He had more than a call. He had a couple of call and responses.
I was like,
he spoke out to Marjorie Taylor Greene. He spoke out to the Republicans a couple of times.
And the fact that Heifer wore that woman's shirt, and I'm sorry, this woman was murdered by.
Well, we can talk about that. Her name is Laken Riley, and I have to say, it's. I don't like the usage. So basically, Marjorie Taylor Greene handed Biden a pin when he walked in. Say her name, kind of going off the George Floyd thing. And her name was Laken Riley, and she's a Georgia young woman who was killed by a Venezuelan migrant worker. Yeah. And that's a horrible thing.
It's a horrible thing.
But to equate this one worker with every single person coming across the border, I think is really misleading.
When the family asked them not to, The family of Laken Riley,
Laken
Riley
Asked them,
said, no, we don't want to come. Don't use our daughter's name. We're in mourning. We want to mourn
I
privately.
wish I had more information.
And
because that's horrible.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, came out wearing all that bullshit.
With the hat.
And the whole thing. I'm like, they don't care. They don't.
Well, that's not the right. They do. They care about what they care about, but they're breaking so much protocol in the process. They're trying to break the system. That is the bigger problem of this. So one thing I never had heard of before, Michael Shepard.
Hi, Alessandra.
The word shrinkflation is new to me, and Biden addressed.
I believe what shrinkflation is when you are swimming naked in cold water.
Oh, let's see if Biden...
Shrinkflation.
I cobbled this together. Enjoy.
Many of you in this chamber and my predecessor are promising to pass a national ban on reproductive...
That wasn't it. This is...
In fact, the snack companies think you won't notice if they change the size of the bag and put a hell of a lot fewer... Same size bag. Put fewer chips in it. No, I'm not joking. It's called shrinkflation.
Oh, Cookie!
Even Cookie Monster is furious over shrinkflation, the trend of major retail brands offering less product for the same price.
This is not even enough for one bite.
He posted, "Me hate shrinkflation. Me cookies are getting smaller."
Pass Bobby Casey's bill and stop this.
So I have a tweet here from Elizabeth Warren. She said, "I have a bill for shrinkflation," answering to Cookie Monster's tweet. Don't you just wonder, who is Cookie Monster really? Like, is that connected, or is this some separate? You think it's connected to Jim Henson?
No, I don't believe so. But let's just talk about the fact of how Cookie Monster and Elmo, like 3 weeks ago, posted, "How's everybody doing?"
No, but don't you think that has to be Jim Henson?
Well, Jim Henson, no.
But I mean Jim Henson's workshop. Here. I know, I realize that. I mean, it's his workshop.
Hey, Amy Rao.
It's people that work there, don't you think?
I don't know.
Does anyone know if it's really?
I don't know. All I know is Elmo tweeted a couple weeks ago. It was like, "How's everyone doing?" And like hundreds of thousands of people wrote paragraphs of how their life is like. Well, I'm this and I'm that and I'm sad and I'm this and that. I'm like, Elmo hit something, and now you got Cookie Monster coming out talking about shrinkflation, and then 2 days later, the president talks about it.
When have you heard of a president talk about the lack of chips in a bag? I mean, it was kind of... But what was interesting was the articles on shrinkflation are fascinating. I mean, just like, here's a couple of things. Oreos and Doritos have become 26.4% more expensive since January 2019. And then here's another one. Chocolate chip cookie prices rose more than 25% between March 2022 and March 2023. And the fact that the packaging is getting smaller, the amount of cookies or chips in a bag is getting fewer.
Oh no, we see
all of that is so. But and it is frustrating. We go to the market and look at the prices and go, "What the heck just happened here?"
If it is not on sale, we don't buy it.
This is what I want answered. This is what I didn't hear.
Answer it.
Inflation. Okay, the economy is wonderful. People have jobs. We're hearing that. But I go to the market and a dozen eggs are $4.50. You know what I mean? That's frustrating to me.
Well, guess what? People are going to do something about it.
Who's going to do something?
Starting in April 1st, April Fool's Day, there's going to be a boycott of Kellogg's. Because if you haven't heard, the CEO and billionaire of Kellogg's said, "You know what? Yes, things are more expensive and prices are rising, but you know what? Your family can afford our cereal," which has gone up 31% in price, and said, "Buy our cereal and you can have cereal for dinner."
So I believe one of Biden's biggest obstacles, because you can be the average American family, here the economy is great, but you go to the supermarket and I am paying so much more money than I did 2 years ago. And that affects us. I think,
but it's not the president who's doing that.
I appreciate that, but we blame the president always for everything, for gas prices, for economy,
even though
for
these
whatever.
CEOs are getting paid like $37 million a year, and they have to keep that.
So I would love inflation to be addressed and talked about.
I bet it will be. I bet it will be. I bet it will be.
So this is our last Biden thing, and this is a silly little thing because it made me laugh, and it was less about what he said and more about Lindsey Graham's response. And I want to know what you guys think. Of course, we've moved around. I gotta go back to it. Here we go. Oh, where is it?
I don't know.
It disappeared.
I don't know. Where'd it go?
Oh, it's not here.
This is when we.
Did I not upload it? Here, you talk for a second.
So, anyway, money, food.
I don't know that I have
blah,
this.
blah.
It's not even worth it for me to find it and all that. All I know is that at one point, when he's towards the end of his speech, he goes, I'm almost at the end, Lindsey, and it flashes to Lindsey Graham, and he's laughing like a schoolgirl, I'm kind of.
A man said my name.
He said my name, and I went. They can be bought so easily. It was really.
It was literally. Oh, this older, handsome gentleman said my name.
It was so weird. Anyway, so that kind of struck me as funny that he can be. He's such a. I don't know. He can be bought. I guess that's the bottom line of that.
And we have sat here and talked so many wonderful things about Joseph Robinette Biden, our current president.
So what's next?
But let's talk about what happened after.
Oh, what do you mean?
What happened after?
The Republican rebuttal.
The rebuttal.
My name is Katie Britt. I am a proud wife and mom of 2 school-aged kids. My daughter Bennett and my son Ridgway are why I ran. President Biden just doesn't get it. Mr. President, enough is enough. We see you. We hear you. And we stand with you.
We see you.
Precious.
We hear you. And we stand here with you.
I just wanted to know who the acting coach was.
Baby.
So I'm going to jump into something right away because I think we should. This is her advertising the very thing. Listen to how she sounds on this.
Hey y'all, Katie Britt here. I am looking forward to delivering the Republican response to the State of the Union. So tune in. See you soon.
Natural, bright.
I'm adorable.
But she seemed at least that version of her. I go, I think that's probably close to who she is.
Probably.
This one.
My name is Katie Britt.
Is like Stepford wife. It's weird. I go, what happened? I don't know if that's nerves. I don't know if she was coached, but she got to a point where every word meant something
was important.
Because we blew it. We should try it again. No, but it was really peculiar, wasn't it?
It was everything had weight. And when she had plosives, they were plosing. And Biden better do this.
My favorite thing about the whole thing is when she's going and the smile is so pretty and the lip gloss is perfect and she's talking and she's, what are you doing? You're leaving it. Oh, and why the kitchen? Well, that's true. Why the kitchen? Indeed, it's mentioned like 5 times.
Women's History Month.
No, we're going to get into that. We have something getting that. But my favorite moments is when she's talking and she's like, I have a family and they're this and they're wonderful. And I swear it probably said in the teleprompter, change, you're now sad or you're now mad. And you saw her go, and she saw her go, but the economy, like it was like this slow move. So
we have a few things that we have found today about Ms. Britt, if she prefers Britt. Oh, I do want to say one quick thing. She is also the woman who
She helped create the bipartisan
bill at the border and then voted against it.
Not only that, but the first part of her whole messaging, I mean, the biggest chunk of her whole messaging was about the border and how Biden's doing such a horrible job.
And we're not going to play any of that.
No, but whereas she was in the room, changing the law, making it what it needed to be a bipartisan bill, and then voted against it because Trump basically told all the Republicans, don't vote for it. Let's have chaos instead. Do you want to set up this one? I don't know what this is.
Oh,
this one.
It just happened. It's a bug.
It's a bug.
Which one is that? All right. So this TikToker did a take on it. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's not the funniest.
How can I explain this to my children, Bridgestone and Esther? Y'all, as a mom, I have dinner on the stove. Shit, I forgot. This will be just a second.
Bridgestone and Esther. What were the real kids' names?
Like Ridgway or Bennett.
No.
Bennett and Ridgway.
Bennett. Patty, you're here. What are the kids' names?
Doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. But it was like, I'm like, girl, everything she talked about last night was like how hard everything was. And
Oh,
I'm
no,
like,
it's right here. Do this. I'm telling you.
Oh, do it.
We'll set it up.
Inside
the actor studio.
Oh, so for those of this is for all the actors and
this one went over my head a little bit.
It went over his head.
I went, who?
This is from someone designed this and there wasn't a name attached. I'm sorry for not giving you credit. But this is Katie Britt on the inside the actor studio.
What is your favorite word?
Rural.
What is your least favorite word?
Unvarnished.
What turns you on?
Putin's brutal aggression in Europe.
What sound or noise do you love?
Or
What sound or noise do you hate?
moms and dads just like you.
And if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Are you better off now than you were 3 years ago?
Wait, that was genius. Are you better off now than you were
Amy
3 years ago?
She needs a acting coach. I think you're available, right?
So when I'm in doubt, I have to say, I know the View ladies had something to say about this. So I went there, have this clip in regards to Katie Britt.
And actually, Katie Britt is somebody who's a serious person with policy chops. Democratic senators will tell you they respect her. But it's Women's History Month. It's International Women's Day. And we put the senator in the kitchen.
It was giving me those tears that are often weaponized. It was giving me what the young people are calling the trad wife or the trad woman, the traditional woman from the 40s or the 50s that was the homemaker. And I think a man made that decision.
I haven't seen acting that bad since my wedding night.
Joy Behar. Glug, glug, glug. More vodka in the glass. We only have one more thing, but we did a whole hour. We did it.
Who knows?
We thought this might be a half hour. We thought it might be 15 minutes. We did the whole hour. Do you have anything to round out before we do the last little moments?
I love you.
Aw. I don't believe it. Don't believe it.
Our son is home and awake. Let's finish this before.
This is Stephen Colbert's take on the State of the Union.
Critics said Biden's State of the Union challenge was to dispel old man vibes. Really? In Congress? His advisors have to understand his voice. Because it starts up here. And then he comes down here and tells you he's not joking. Here you're asking, you're saying, Steve, were there any thirsty-ass bitches in the audience? The answer is yes, because thanks to rules giving former members of Congress floor access, George Santos attended the State of the Union. On the Democratic side, they wore white. On the Republican side, they were white.
And that is our Boozin' with Gays.
Oh, wait. Don't play the music.
What were you going to say?
I don't know now because you're playing the music. Hey, guys, thank you so much for
ending
joining
it,
us.
we have to end it when it
I know.
ends. When there's a natural ending.
I want to say one thing.
My husband, he loves to stop the ending. He likes to prolong. I'm like, no, let's end it.
I've seen too many plays with 2 or 3 endings.
And
that's the problem.
And yet he condemns it, but he himself likes doing 2 or 3 endings. Okay.
Unless I'm directing.
But why can't you talk on top of the music?
All right, I just want to say one quick thing.
Go.
We won't be here next week. Why would you play it? We won't be here next week because I'm actually in a little reading of a new show. It's a big deal because I'm fabulous.
Oh,
that's all. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
That has nothing to do with me. You're not ending on us. You're ending on you. I'm ending this.
Hey,
no, I'm angry. I'm mad.
No, you're
not.
not.
It has nothing to do with me. I am part of this duo. Boozin' with Gays, plural.
There's
not
an
with
S.
gay. We love you.